I'm going to check for breathing. 10 seconds. Stand clear.
Shock delivered.
Hello, my name's Tabatha and I've recently trained to become a community first responder. The reason I want to help save other people's lives is because of something that happened to me 2 years ago on what I thought was going to be a normal Monday morning. I've come back to my old school in Leigh-on-Sea in Essex to meet my friends Catherine and Izzy. They remember that day much better than I do.
I think it was Charita rang us. We were about 5 minutes away.
Yeah, so we all ran back.
They called Tabatha, like Mr Hayton did, and then Tabs, I've just seen her run around the corner. I was like, oh God. And yeah, and then you ran to the front.
And then
you got in trouble, and I just remember seeing you kind of just collapse.
So who came over, who found out that I wasn't breathing and that sort of thing?
Well, it was the teacher, wasn't it?
I saw one teacher, Mrs Swift, and then she started doing CPR. And literally everyone was screaming, like, Tabs, and I was like, Tabs. And I was literally, I've never screamed so, like, loud in my life. But literally there was just no reaction, nothing.
My teacher, Mrs Swift, was one of several members of staff at the school who had up-to-date life support skills, which proved lucky for me. So what actually happened on the day?
We just thought you'd fainted, because we've had kids do that before or have had epileptic fits, and we put you in the recovery position, but then your breathing was really erratic and you were going
Yeah, really, I think that's called
really
agonal
badly.
breathing, where you're not actually breathing. But,
and to us at first it was like you were, and then we suddenly realised you weren't and your lips went blue, and so we rolled you over and started CPR almost straight away.
I'm so lucky that someone knew what to do. Like there are a lot of people out there who just would bystand and just wait for a professional to come along. Were you scared, Friendly?
No, remarkably calm actually. Everybody said afterwards you must have been scared, but I was just calm. I knew what to do. We'd had such good training that it just gave me the confidence to do what I was doing.
It is a simple thing to do as well. You didn't have to think too much about it.
No, absolutely not.
I mean, anyone can do it, can't they? I am really grateful for the work that everyone did, and just that simple thing saved me, so.
Well, we were just really, really pleased to do it. We were just so delighted that everything turned out so well, Tabatha. Yeah. That was all we needed, really.
Since I decided to train to be a community first responder, I've got to know Steve Hockley quite well. When I collapsed, it was Steve who had arrived before the ambulance with an AED, or a defibrillator.
I was at work just over the road, as you know, and I got a call from the ambulance control centre for the east of England, and they just advised me that could I proceed to the school here.
Yeah, it's just nearby to you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only a couple of minutes away, so it's really handy. And immediately I saw there was two ladies doing CPR on you. I got the defibrillator out, applied the pads onto you, which advised me to shock straight away, which I did.
Did I come round on the first shock?
No, not at all. I then carried on doing CPR, and the defibrillator then analysed again for the second time, which advised me to shock for a second time, which I did. And as soon as I delivered the second shock, then you started to cough and splutter and started to come round.
But then an ambulance still came?
Yeah, the paramedic turned up with the ambulance crew, and they assisted me. And once they realised what had happened and what was happening, we then loaded you onto the ambulance and they ran straight to the hospital with you.
For my poor mum, it was a day that she'll never forget. Yeah, what did you think at first when you heard the teacher was calling?
Well, when I first answered the phone, I just sort of jokingly said, oh, what's she done now then?
Yeah.
And, I mean, it was just an awful phone call, really, because the two questions I asked him were, is she breathing? And he said, I can't tell you that. And I said, is she alive? And he said, I can't tell you that. So I just threw the phone at the wall and, you know, I can't believe actually how naive I was to how important these, like, simple things
I think a lot of people are. You can't blame yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it's without, you know, two ladies who work in the school doing effective CPR straight away and having that knowledge to do it. And then to have someone like Steve, the first responder, with a defibrillator, again, and the knowledge and the skill to use it. You know, I mean, I've seen these things on the telly, but I was completely naive to how vitally life-saving they are. Totally.
Not everybody can be a community first responder, but anyone can learn basic life support skills. The British Heart Foundation run a scheme called Heart Start that only takes a couple of hours. turns out I had had a cardiac arrest. Unknown to me, I was born with a heart condition known as Al Kappa. But with no real symptoms, it was a shock to everyone that I had been living with a heart condition in which survival is unlikely if it's not treated within the first year of your life. After corrective surgery at London's Heart Hospital and a long recovery process, I am now able to lead a normal life with only a scar to remind me of my ordeal. That's why I'm so committed to the campaign to get everybody to learn emergency life support skills.